Welcome to our next installment exploring the remarkable architectural journey of Frank Lloyd Wright as we delve into the year 1906. This pivotal year in Wright's career saw the conception and development of several iconic homes, each reflecting his evolving design philosophy and mastery of space. In this video, we'll explore how Wright's work in 1906 continued to push the boundaries of residential architecture, introducing innovative concepts that would define his legacy. Join us as we uncover the stories behind these magnificent homes, their unique features, and the ways they harmonize with their environments. Get ready to be inspired by the genius of Frank Lloyd Wright and the beautiful homes that marked a significant era of his career. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to follow us on this architectural journey. (1906) G.W. Blossom Barn, Hyde Park, Illinois, a barn for the George Blossom House. Originally designed to accommodate traditional horse-drawn carriages, the barn featured a carriage room complete with a turntable, a stall for the horses, and a closet for harnesses and robes, along with a large workbench. Above this, there was a planned apartment for the coachman, which included a living room, bathroom, and additional spaces for storage and feed. However, reflecting the rapid changes in transportation at the time, this project underwent a significant revision in January of the following year. The original design was updated to replace the facilities for horses and carriages with accommodations for the newly popular automobile. This shift not only highlights Wright's flexibility in design, but also marks a fascinating intersection of traditional architecture with modern innovation. Richard W. Bach Atelier and Residence, Maywood Village, Illinois. Richard Bach, a sculptor who frequently collaborated with Frank Lloyd Wright on several notable commissions such as the Dana House, the Larkin Building, and Wright's own home and studio in Oak Park, had a unique residence designed by Wright to accommodate both his living and artistic needs. The Bach House features a distinctive square floor plan with a protruding atelier at the rear, specifically designed as a workspace for Bach's sculptural pursuits. The entrance to the house is centrally located but uniquely situated at ground level, flanked by 4 steps leading up on either side behind a low screen that doubles as the back of a living room seat. The main floor is meticulously designed around the sculptor's lifestyle, combining the living room, dining room, and library into a singular open space centered around a fireplace. This central living area is flanked on one side by the bedroom and bathroom, and on the other by the pantry and kitchen. The building is primarily constructed of stucco with flat roofs, integrating seamlessly into its architectural surroundings. Notably, 2 window bays, one in the library and the other in the dining area, slightly project from the exterior walls, adding an element of depth to the structure. The design also includes a reflecting pool at the entrance terrace, enhancing the artistic and reflective quality of the residence, making it not only a home, but a testament to Bach's artistic life. The basement serves practical needs with spaces designated for heating, laundry, and storage. This is one of the views from the project. Mrs. He Brown Residence, Geneseo, Illinois. The Brown project, as depicted in its architectural renderings, initially included a semi-detached pavilion to the right of the house, although this feature is absent in the finalized first-floor plan. The front elevation of the house presents a strong and noble appearance, characterized by solid wall masses and bands of windows, all sheltered under a large, low-pitched roof. This design lends a pronounced rectangular character to the elevation, a theme that is consistently echoed throughout the plan. At the heart of the house, the entrance leads into a central hall. To the right, the living room features windows on 3 sides, including one side with a projecting bay window, creating a bright and airy space. On the opposite side, The dining room mirrors this design with a similar bay window, enhancing the symmetry and balance of the layout. The kitchen, pantry, and rear entry are also included on this floor, rounding out the functional spaces. Notably, a porch at the rear was initially part of the design but has been marked out in later revisions. The second floor of the house is designed to accommodate 3 bedrooms, a servant's room, a sewing room, and 2 bathrooms, ensuring ample space for both family and household staff. The chosen building materials consist of stucco for the exterior walls, complemented by the usual wood trim, providing a classic and enduring aesthetic. This architectural plan effectively combines functionality with a distinct style, reflecting a careful consideration of form and space in residential design. Harry E. Brown House, Geneseo, Illinois. The second version of the Brown House, closely related to the original design, introduces concrete block construction, as noted by Frank Lloyd Wright in a 1954 inscription identifying it as the first block house file. The plan retains the rectangular shape with a central entrance, flanked by the living room on the right and the dining room and kitchen on the left. Although there is no surviving plan for the second floor, its layout is presumed to mirror that of a similar project for Mrs. He Brown, likely featuring 3 bedrooms, a servant's room, a sewing room, and 2 bathrooms. The basement is accessible via both an exterior staircase leading into the laundry area and an interior staircase, suggesting functional considerations were maintained in the redesign. This version of the Brown House represents a continuation of Wright's architectural themes while experimenting with different construction materials. Mrs. Aline Devon's Summer Cottage, Elliott, Maine. This single-story summer cottage features a practical and elongated rectangular floor plan. The entrance, via a porch, leads directly into a combined living and dining area, creating a welcoming space. The layout continues with 2 bedrooms situated for privacy and convenience, adjacent to the kitchen and bathroom. An interesting architectural element is a staircase located behind the fireplace, labeled Up, though its destination is unspecified in the plans, adding a mysterious aspect to the design. For the exterior, the options of logs or shingles are given, allowing flexibility in the cottage's appearance while ample fenestration ensures each room is filled with natural light. This design effectively combines functionality with an inviting ambience, ideal for a summer getaway. Mrs. Fraser House, Oak Park, Illinois. This 2-story house combines board and batten construction on the ground level with cement stucco above, reflecting Frank Lloyd Wright's early architectural style from the 1890s. Initially marked with Oak Park, Mrs. Fraser by Wright in the 1950s, the design also had the name Millard added and then crossed out, indicating some confusion or change regarding the project's attribution. Similar design elements, such as the extended area at the front and projecting second-story bedroom windows, link this house to the George Madison Millard House, though here they appear in a less developed form. This suggests that the design could represent an early conceptual phase that informed the more refined Millard House project, showcasing Wright's evolving architectural approach. Grace Fuller House, Glencoe, Illinois. At this stage in Frank Lloyd Wright's career, it was uncommon for him to design a house with a centrally located front entrance, as is the case with this particular house. This design deviates from his typical architectural style, where the entrance traditionally plays a more integrated, less prominent role within the facade. In this plan, the entrance and hall distinctly divide the living room on one side from the dining room on the other, creating a clear separation of spaces right from the entryway. The kitchen and maid's room are positioned further back, maintaining a practical layout for domestic activities. The second floor of the house consists of 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, adhering to a simple yet functional residential arrangement. Notably, the fenestration throughout the house is minimal, with no corner windows, which are often a hallmark of Wright's designs to enhance natural light and blur the boundaries between interior spaces and the outdoors. Instead, the corners of the building are highlighted by vertical exterior trim that extends over both floors, a stylistic element that Wright also used in the Darwin D. Martin Gardner's cottage in Buffalo the previous year. This architectural choice emphasizes the structural corners, adding a distinctive visual element to the house's exterior while aligning with some of Wright's other works from that period. Walter Goertz House, Glencoe, Illinois. The Walter Goertz House, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, showcases a basic L-shaped layout that is distinctly enhanced by extended garden walls, giving the structure a dramatic horizontal emphasis. On the ground floor, one bar of the L accommodates the living and dining rooms, creating a seamless flow for social and family gatherings. The other bar houses the kitchen, 2 servants' rooms, and a bathroom, with a garage extending from this wing, providing practical and essential spaces for the home's functioning. On the second floor, above the living and dining areas, lies a music studio, a key feature of the house. This studio is thoughtfully designed to be accessible from the lower level without disrupting the privacy of the house's more private areas, making it an ideal space for music without intrusion into the personal quarters. Wright's design for the Walter Goertz House exemplifies his prairie-style architecture, which he eloquently described in the Wasmuth portfolio as a simple gabled residence in a garden behind a wall. He highlights the music room on the bedroom floor as the main architectural feature, emphasizing its significance in the overall design. Additionally, Wright notes the innovative roof structure, which is double-layered with circulating air spaces for insulation and extended eaves that provide shade and protection to the building. This design not only enhances the aesthetic and functional aspects of the house, but also integrates it beautifully with its surrounding landscape, making it one of Wright's most charming prairie houses. Joseph Seidenbecker Cottage, Chicago, Illinois. The Seidenbecker design by Frank Lloyd Wright is a distinctive architectural piece that stands out for its pronounced roof line and central protruding mass, reminiscent of an earlier sketch for Mrs. Darrow. This suggests that the Darrow drawing could be an initial study for the Seidenbecker cottage. The building is primarily constructed using stucco for the central mass, culminating in a roof garden with the remainder of the structure featuring board and batten. The layout is long and narrow, with the main entry leading into a hall that opens to the left into the living room and porch. Adjacent to this area is a dining space termed as breakfast room, next to which are the kitchen, maid's room, bathroom, and another porch accessible from the entry. The upper floor houses 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, while the top level features a roof garden, providing a unique outdoor living space. A partial basement accommodates the heater, laundry, and storage. This design is notably different from Wright's other works, especially from his prairie houses of the period, due to its unique structural and material elements. See Thaxter Shaw House, Westmount, Montreal, Canada. C. Thaxter Shaw, a notable Montreal businessman, and his socially and artistically influential wife planned a grand residence on a hillside in Westmount, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The design was notably formal and grand, featuring an entrance through 2 porte-cochère leading to a double-columned portico. Inside, the reception room showcased a large fireplace flanked by a double staircase, a setup that deviated significantly from Wright's typically less dramatic residential entrances. The ground level included essential service areas like the kitchen and servants' quarters, along with a billiard room and a bowling alley. The main living spaces, living room, dining room, and library were unified in a continuous area surrounded by granite-columned windows, opening onto an outdoor terrace. Additionally, a ballroom and conservatory integrated plant life, reflecting the importance of horticulture to the Shaws. Despite the meticulous planning and luxurious design, the project was ultimately deemed too costly, leading the Shaws to opt for remodeling their existing townhouse instead. This decision underscores the challenges in realizing such ambitious architectural projects due to financial constraints. C. Thaxter, Shaw House Alterations, Montreal, Canada. The proposed modifications to the Shaw's Montreal townhouse by Frank Lloyd Wright were notably more modest than his earlier grand design for their Westmount residence. These alterations primarily focused on removing existing partitions to create a more open and fluid spatial layout across the main living areas. Detailed in Wright's plans were comprehensive interior designs that included wood trim, leaded glass, and custom furniture, showcasing his meticulous attention to interior aesthetics. Elizabeth Stone House, Lake Forest, Illinois. Although no specific plan survives for the Elizabeth Stone House, Frank Lloyd Wright deemed it significant enough to include in the Wasmuth portfolio, a comprehensive collection of his works. In the portfolio, Wright describes the house as a design for a summer house in the wood, which includes sleeping rooms, a living room with a balcony, and a dining room that can open like a porch. Each of these spaces is uniquely separated by small, open, flower-filled courts, adding a distinctive charm and integrating the structure seamlessly into its natural surroundings. The aerial perspective provided in the portfolio illustrates these separate courts with their plantings, highlighting the semi-detached nature of the house's layout. This design approach allows each segment of the house to feel both private and intimately connected to the outdoors, enhancing the summer house's purpose as a retreat into nature. 1907, a fireproof house for $5,000, Ladies' Home Journal. Frank Lloyd Wright's innovative use of poured reinforced concrete in Unity Temple had a profound influence on his architectural approach, particularly in residential design. This experience inspired him to apply the same construction method to develop a fireproof house, which was known as the $5,000 house. The concept emerged from Wright's ambition to create affordable, durable, and fire-resistant housing that could be accessible to a broader audience. The use of poured reinforced concrete not only ensured the structural integrity and fireproof quality of these homes, but also allowed for a more streamlined and cost-effective construction process. This approach was a significant departure from traditional wood frame construction and marked an important step in Wright's exploration of new materials and technologies in architecture, aiming to enhance safety, affordability, and aesthetic appeal in residential projects. Lake Delavan Cottage, Delavan, Wisconsin. The project in question, represented through three distinct perspectives, illustrates the complexities and ambiguities often encountered in the archival materials of architects like Frank Lloyd Wright. Each of the drawings has different inscriptions added at various times, contributing to the uncertainty surrounding the project's exact purpose and location. The conflicting inscriptions and different architectural details across the three perspectives indicate that Wright possibly reused or adapted a single design concept for multiple purposes or locations, a common practice in his career. However, the lack of a clear consensus on the project's identification suggests that these drawings might represent an exploratory phase in Wright's work, where the final application or realization of the design remained unresolved or unexecuted. The presence of notable architectural historians' initials could imply their involvement in trying to categorize or make sense of these ambiguous works within Wright's oeuvre. Harold McCormick House, Lake Forest, Illinois. The McCormick House, as envisioned by Frank Lloyd Wright, was slated to become his largest residential design up to that point. Wright's plans for the house were described in the Wasmuth portfolio with characteristic understatement, noting that the house would feature concrete castings for window mullions, walls, and members complemented by overhanging tile roofs. Despite the ambitious scope of the design, the project was troubled from the outset, largely due to the hesitance of Mrs. Edith Rockefeller McCormick. Andrew W. Porter House, Hillside, Wisconsin. In 1907, Andrew Porter, married to Frank Lloyd Wright's sister Jane, decided to relocate from Montreal to Wisconsin, planning to build a home near the Hillside Home School. Frank Lloyd Wright's initial design for the Porters' residence was a two-story structure combining wood and stucco materials. The proposed layout included a living room, dining room, and kitchen on the first floor, with personal accommodations, 4 bedrooms, a servant's room, and a bathroom, located on the second floor. This design aimed to provide a comfortable and functional living space that blended well with the scenic surroundings of Wisconsin. Porter Waller Summer House, location unspecified. The architectural project, initially attributed to 1911 Porter by Henry Russell Hitchcock and described by Frank Lloyd Wright as a study for dwelling for A.T. Porter Hillside 1911, presents a series of inconsistencies that challenge its association with Andrew Porter and his property at Hillside. The presence of a pond in the ground plan and its proximity to the Romeo and Juliet windmill tower indicate a geographical discrepancy that does not align with the actual Porter property. Furthermore, the timing of the project raises questions, as it is dated 4 years after the actual Porter House, Tani Dairy, was designed and built. These incongruities suggest that the work is likely a separate, unidentified project rather than one commissioned by Porter. The mention of Waller Terrace Lookout on the plot plan introduces the possibility that this design could be another work intended for E.C. Waller on his property in Charlevoix, Michigan, known for its elevated terraces. The architectural design includes a main floor accessed by a series of steps leading up past a lower terrace named Waller Terrace Lookout, further hinting at a connection to a different site and client. The plan of the house includes a living room with a dining area in a bay, a kitchen, 1 bedroom, and a bathroom on the first floor, with 2 additional bedrooms and a bathroom on the second floor. The absence of a basement plan in the files and the layout of the house, which would not accommodate the needs of the Porter family, supports the theory that this was not designed for them. Thank you for joining us as we explored the innovative and transformative designs of Frank Lloyd Wright from 1906 to 1907. During these years, Wright pushed the boundaries of architectural design, crafting homes and structures that would leave a lasting impact on the landscape of American architecture. As we close this chapter of our series, we hope you've gained deeper insights into Wright's unique vision and his ability to integrate functionality with aesthetic beauty. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our journey through Wright's prolific career. Share your thoughts and favorite designs from this period in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of architecture around us.